don't think they shot in the puka. I don't think
Man,
they shot in a bottle.
taking the definition of that shit was real high.
Okay,
Go.
what's up?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to our first episode of Everything and Nothing, where we sit and talk on our mics and shit in your ears. Today we're starting our podcast with a little introduction. Start with myself. My name is Neth, and I really like reading books. Just love collecting books. I love the smell of books.
Okay.
And if I have the money for it, I would collect a shit ton of books. And yeah, I mean, I don't read from time to time, but I just really love collecting books to make me feel smart or something. I just really love the smell of it mostly.
I go by two names. You can call me Sorrow or Soul.
Because
I'll tell you.
she's edgy.
It's not edgy if there's no W at the end, okay?
Well, it's still edgy as hell. It still sounds like it, so it is it. So what are your interests and other shabab that you have?
So, for pronoun, I don't mind if you call me he, she, they, use whatever. Basic info about me. I am not suspicious at all. I am completely normal. I'm the most normal one in this group. You can trust me. Wink.
Alright then, I guess it's time for my introduction. The name's Blueprint. That's my stage name, I guess. I'm a martial artist student from China, and my father, as you may all know, is named Jackie Chan. And but recently I've been adopted by Bill Gates and Elon Musk. They're both my dads now. So recently I have managed to obtain 10 PhDs and 10 bachelor's degrees and all that other shababs and in computer engineering and business marketing and other things that you guys are that is too much to to be comprehended to the average human mind. And actually, I'm in a few days I'll be traveling to Mexico in order to fight my arch nemesis. S- So let's proceed to the next guy.
After the backstory.
Yo, I'm Ray. I'm addicted to gacha. That's all.
Wow, such a contrast between Vincent and Ray. Then.
Sophie's underwater right now. Forgive her
Don't you see,
audio
drowning
quality.
her? She was
Anyways,
actually my arch nemesis in Mexico.
yeah. So me and my friends went to school together, and I just want to let y'all know that. And we did some stuff together that we don't really like talk about too much to like our parents and some other guys. It's way too fucking painful to remember. The time we made a movie together, and it didn't end well. Like the production quality, like the cinematography, like everything was a fucking disaster, and we don't like you don't want to remember that. So yeah,
We don't talk about it, okay? We never talk about it.
we don't talk about it. That's why I'm not saying it. I'm not. That's why I'm not saying the name.
But
But yeah, we did make a movie together, and a bunch of like other cringy stuff. Like I remember we made a movie together again. Like there's a second movie that I plan to make with you guys, but like the schedules didn't line up with like our school schedule, so it ended up happening.
But yeah, back then, Sorrow and Net were aspiring, aspiring movie producers, I guess.
Please, no.
They were trying to follow the tracks of famous movie producers such as Ben Shapiro and
What?
and Joe Biden.
Bro. We weren't even
Yeah, we were.
top of
It used to be the
well-known director.
really thought we would get a chance at becoming Hollywood directors back then.
And as it turns out, the film that we have created is now the new method for Chinese torture. So that's nice. At least our work is being recognized somewhere.
I mean, that's just how bad it is.
Yes.
If we get a lot of viewers in the podcast, we may be listeners. We may be reacting to it at some point. Maybe at, maybe at episode 50 or
Yeah.
something. If it
You
If we
can
get like $1 million listeners to this podcast right now, we're going to react to our bad movie.
you can
We're going to react to like the bad movies that we made back in 7th grade.
Yeah, that's gonna be the milestone. That's gonna be the goal, the Twitch goal. So
please
so if
no please.
So
Stop
if you
on the-
guys wanna see that movie, share the podcast to your friends. Yeah. Yeah.
I do not consent.
Your your consent is inevitable.
No. Hey, I will react to it if I am given money, okay?
Give you 5 digits in Gcash. Yeah.
What's your
I
address name?
come from
why
a
don't you
secluded
introduce
village.
yourself? Introduce yourself.
Why don't you introduce yourself first because you came in late?
Yeah.
What's your
Why?
address name?
Because we're doing a damn podcast and Sorrow wants it to be organized. So yeah.
Bro, this podcast is chaotic already. I don't think I can organize it.
So why don't
And that's
you,
the whole point,
why
right?
don't you let our 0 listeners know who you are?
Hello, I am that one podcast member.
Oh hell yeah! Now this is podcast material right here.
Welcome to the Better Amplified podcast.
Better amplify.
With 0 listeners. Wow.
I am your host, Almer Tanalion,
Man.
back at it again with MCH Bites.
Oh my god! Just check out the
It's
demo
identity
vids.
fraud. Gonna get arrested for this.
Relatable.
Wait, let me actually tell us a story back then. So we had this classmate called, I had this classmate back in grade 8. He's like 18 years old. He's a really tall dude. I feel like everyone here knows who he is. So one day I was like arguing to him how vaping is worse than smoking, right? Back then, my grandpa told me that is the case, and of course it's my grandfather, and so I believed him. That's vaping is just as bad as smoking. It was even stated back in research from several years ago that vaping is bad, and then Emerson like had a good point that that vaping didn't even come out for that long. I was the research from several years ago. And then I was like, no, I beta tested the vaping.
No, vaping was invented like in India back then. I think it's called like hookah or something.
No, isn't the puka thing in India like that thing where they shit in a bottle and get high?
No, they
Really? No,
what?
I don't think they shot in the puka. I don't
Man.
think they shot in the bottle.
Taking the definition of that shit was real high.
Fucking hell. But yeah, is it like wasn't there like a drug like that? They like piss and shit in a bottle, let it sit in the sun for very long, and then once it like marinates, right? They sniff it and then.
You gotta use marinade.
Wait, what are you? Are you eating something?
You gotta use marinade. I just ate something brown. Okay.
Oh my god. I heard it from the other podcast that I was listening because that dude was apparently from India and it was not Mudahar, let me tell you. But yeah, they used to do that in India. That's like their cheap drugs. Take a shit and piss in a bottle, let it settle in the sunlight, and then sniff it. And apparently it's a very good drug. I haven't confirmed it, but that's what they say.
It's just like the same as that, like how British people use the beaver's carcasses to like make ice cream.
Yeah, I saw it in like not the best source, but I saw it like in something similar to BuzzFeed article or something that they used to that beaver shit used to be what's used for ice cream back then.
I thought it was horse shit, to be honest.
Same thing. But yeah,
Maybe there's a lot of uses for like shit,
fertilizer,
uh,
subduing people.
the fertilizer. We went off topic with like fucking Blueprint's backstory. You go, Sorrow.
Your backstory was that you vape.
I didn't vape. I just said I was not based when I argued with.
I was born into this world as a normal, average person. No, trust me, it's part of the foreshadowing.
Whatever, man.
Besides, ain't it the truth? I'm the most normal person here.
She's secretly a furry. That's what makes her quirky.
She draws furry shit with Kyle. Fuck.
No. I have not drawn a humanoid animal ever. You
Alright,
can trust me
fine.
on that.
But I'm just saying that you probably are doing it because it's the most lucrative business in the market right now. Like, look how many money all the furry artists are getting in the market. It's
I
literally.
already admitted that I'm broke, dude.
Then draw furry shit.
I still have standards.
Those still exist.
Last time I checked, that was a brand of an electric fan or something.
Wouldn't you know about standards? That one podcast member.
Fucking hell. That's
I thought you just like reverse your name, idiot. It's just like that one idiot. You know.
No, no, that one idiot has actually died a few months back because he hasn't uploaded in a few while.
He got
So
Yeah, I can tell.
he hired a new substitute. He's called that one intellectual now.
and for some reason they sound the same.
Yeah,
Where's that one intellectual then?
He's in his basement breeding. He's a homunculi. He likes race cars, hence why he's called racist.
That one idiot is
He's
the
like a
guy
bro.
responsible for making that homunculi in a jar. You guys remember that one video? A video where a guy made a fucking chicken, where a fucking guy fused his sperm with a chicken egg, and then like a fucking filled it up with like juices or some liquid, and then like fucking
What the hell? Did Christian do that again? Not the one we know, but the dude from the internet.
no.
You mean Chris Chan, the one who puts funky white liquid in his Fanta and then drinks it?
Yeah.
No.
Is he the one who invented that fucking thing again? It's like apparently he's the My Little Pony in a jar guy.
Yeah, but like that's just sperm, all right. But this guy definitely made like a new species,
What
species in a jar. I don't know. It's a chicken egg mixed fused with like a human sperm, right? And then he put it in a jar filled with like liquids and shit, and like he just lets it sit there for like the whole week until it like turned into like a fucking weird homunculi thing.
Is that a plot of a creepypasta or some shit? The fucking cum chicken or some shit?
Yeah, the cum chicken. It's not a. I don't think it's a creepy.
CP425,
It's
the
not a
cum
creepypasta
chicken.
because it's actually there's actually a video of it, and then it took down by YouTube.
Just look it up with WikiLeaks or something. It's probably there.
Well, as much as we'd like to believe that Mother Nature actually allowed that, I don't think that. But I don't think that's actually possible since
The
certain egg
chromosomes.
cells, certain egg cells don't really mix well with different sperm cells.
Damn, he really is that one intellectual. Holy shit.
I live
How
up to
would
my name. I tried. I can't make a cat girl.
Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Like I realized like fucking cum chicken thing.
oh, this clown named Blueprint
Oh,
like
fuck you.
played the game called FGO that one time, and I said, "Hey, I watched that anime. I should play that." And then went downhill from there.
Don't we all? All right. So, as all of you, I wasn't born in a hospital. I was born from a jar, and lots of passion and love. That's why I'm called that one homunculi. I mean, that one intellectual. And I guess all of you guys detailed how some turning point in your life eventually went
You
downhill
cry?
for you guys. Well, for me, everything went downhill as soon as I came out of that jar. So
How does it feel being in a jar?
well, I tell you that I like inflicting it onto other figurines and other characters of certain pony shows.
Say, is your real name Chris Chan?
Heard Christian like fucking, it's fucking a trans woman now.
Oh yeah,
You
isn't
can't
he
call him
in
Chris.
prison or something? Alright.
Yeah, I heard he's in. This is gonna get real serious real quick. I heard he got into like a fucking illegal affair with his mother for like basically he
Incest.
raped her or something.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
That's how.
his dementia mother.
senior
That's the
can't
reason why
consent.
he got. That's the reason why
No, his
he
mother
got
had
arrested.
dementia, so she can't legally consent.
Oh, okay.
Or at least it's hard for her to consent.
I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like I'm gonna be that one brown out victim because we're gonna.
Oh my god.
Miss C, that ends with an A, managed to find Run, that Run Guy's YouTube channel. Oh,
Most of
there's a
our
whole
classmates had YouTube channels. You need to be more specific.
no, that Run Guy. Okay,
Oh, that one idiot.
no, that Run Guy. Run.
Oh, Ranson.
Dang it, guys. Code names.
Whatever, man. It's
Yes.
not. It's. I mean, Obama can be watching the podcast right now. We don't know. But Obama, if you're watching, please fund us.
Please.
Me and Sayaban watched the Wendigoon's conspiracy theory list. Oh, good
Yeah.
song. So we know a bunch of conspiracies. Like people living under the hollow earth or something, and the Nazis being in there, and how Hitler is immortal and a god. But yeah, it's like every time someone asks, "Oh, how did you guys met?" Oh, Blueprint was like humming this Megalovania from Undertale, and then suddenly Sayaban asks him, "Is that Megalovania?" And it's just gonna be that thing, and I think that's a memorable memory on how we met each other. That's nice. What about you, Neth? How did you meet up with Sora?
Oh, remember that time I yelled at you for being such a fucking smartass? Carl kind of like called that one again, comforted me after yelling at you because I seemed like really. At that time, I seemed really fucking on edge and agitated for
That's
unknown reasons. I feel like I was going through like PMS at the time, and then yeah, that's when we became friends.
There's this one time, who said sorrow made me memorize a bajillion characters.
gonna keep pulling her leg for that.
I'm not gonna stop calling her out for that.
What?
And then there's that one totally not self-insert character she has.
Every time she creates a character list, it's
Not
pretty obvious
self-insert,
there's a
guys.
self-insert. I mean, Nat, you've seen her
Yeah,
characters for her new thing, right?
when you see how the character acts, you'll know.
Yeah. There's always a self-insert. And I guess that's how it is for most OC created stories.
Okay, starting from grade 7. I just remember just being very wary of Blueprint. Me and Ray were seatmates at the start of quarter 1, was it? Then my other seatmate was codename Adam. So Adam was sitting next
Guy does
to
Minecraft.
Blueprint.
Oh wait, is this character Adam?
No! We're not talking about I thought we were
Meaning,
getting
did
going to
he like
mention that
Adam?
freaking name ever.
Did he like play as Adam in the?
New character, but then the others decided to replace him with somebody else. Remember?
They were a real bitch to back then. Did you remember Sorrow?
Yeah.
They were a real bitch to like fucking Adam back then, like seventh grade. Like we actually felt bad for him because they were dogpiling on him. Like they were actually like ganging up on him, but like verbally,
Yeah, I
but not
like the guy.
physically.
I was like the only one who was defending him back then.
Really, you guys really fought a lot back then. You guys even fucking almost had a fucking scissor fight in front of me and Sorrow.
It was Star Wars. You wouldn't get it.
Okay, so the first ever quote unquote fight you two had was like at the very first meeting, at the start of the school. You Blueprint was angry at our homeroom teacher, and Adam was super annoyed by at Blueprint because you shouldn't. He said something about like you shouldn't respect
And
your
this
teacher like
podcast
this.
is gonna be my trash talk. Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I'll shit on Sorrow too. Yeah, my back.
Epic. Glad to know.
I mean, you can talk bad about me to us favor.
What do you mean? You were like back in grade 7. You were like the most boring motherfucker in existence.
See, that's
No,
insulting me.
no, there's like nothing to talk about you. That's the thing.
It's the trick. If you don't want
Unless
people
you want,
talking bad about you, just be boring. Just be plain vanilla.
But
I feel like that's how
unless
you
you want
survive
me to
high
talk
school,
about
though. Just be the
Yeah.
most boring person ever,
Princess
so that
story
you'll
time.
basically just blend in with the crowd and just like not be noticeable,
Yeah.
so people won't hate you.
but now everyone in
It's always
high
how it
school
worked.
thinks I'm like Adolf Hitler or something. Even though
We're way
your
too
name
outspoken
like
back then, not
spears
gonna
into the
lie,
hearts of
but like in a good
students.
way, for me at least. Because some
Yeah.
people just don't really like that at all.
man,
The first moment you like got introduced into the class, I knew you were like you captured my sense of humor. That's why I like wow, this guy is like
Yeah,
different.
when he said the letter H, yeah, that shit's hilarious.
damn it! It's every time I go to a school, it's always like that. Oh, even in your debut, like, oh, my name is spelled wrong. I can't spell my name properly. And at worst case scenario, it's my second name is also spelled wrong. And there's like no one knows how to spell my name, like because my name is basic bitch, but that's why they thought it's always the first spelling and not the second one. But man, someone has to stand up for them people who have the letter H in their name, you know? Like shit. We're very discriminated upon in this community.
So Blueprint was very outspoken at the very start. I think that's a coping mechanism, but that's one of the reasons why our classmates don't like you.
I feel like in my
Yeah.
opinion, from what I feel like, I'm like the most different one from our classmates.
We're real base people, you know. We're like very different.
We're
They,
totally quirky.
Big Sans is not. We're totally quirky. We're totally autistic. There's nothing wrong with being autistic. It's just like say it's kind of like a thing in our fucking friend group. We may all have like undiagnosed autism. The way we act. Our parents just never knew about it. They probably
I'm
don't
not,
pay attention
I
to
am
us. Yeah.
I have not diagnosed myself yet, so I'm not going to see myself as autistic. I don't want
Self-diagnosis is
to.
bad.
Yes, please don't self-diagnose yourself. There's like a high chance that you're wrong.
Yeah. Diagnosis is good sometimes because you may know something about yourself that most people don't, and
If I broke my leg, I'm gonna self-diagnose myself that I broke my leg.
like
Diagnose your-
like like people use that as self-diagnosis in like a bad way, but I'm just talking about like um you can use you can self-diaggnose
wary.
yourself, but like being wary, yeah.
Yeah.
self-diagnosing yourself and like like in a you're questioning
For
yourself or
diagnosing
something.
myself, I can guarantee that I am in a lot of pain of my mind.
To clarify, don't self-diagnose yourself if you barely know what you have.
Your mom
If
fat.
you're unsure, go ask a doctor, a psychologist, or whatever professional that specializes on what problem you think you on what thingamajig that you have.
If symptoms
But
persist,
for
consult a
like
doctor.
for things like you hurt yourself, that's okay to self-diagnose yourself. That's like
Because it's actually happening to you in real time. Like
like
if you have a broken leg, it's okay to self-diagnose
It's
because you actually have a broken leg. Like it's there,
yeah,
it's for everyone to
because
see.
that's important that you know that
self-diagnosed
you're
time,
hurt
baby.
so that you can get yourself healed up. Okay,
Anyways,
like know when you need to get checked up on. Okay.
It's okay to self-diagnose to a certain point, but always remember to get a second opinion from a doctor. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're saying.
Especially if it's
To
something
clear
you
things
barely
up
know
a bit.
about.
Thank you, Blueprint.
Yeah.
While we're in this commercial, let me just say our body's pH level is 7.4, which is alkaline, so I can confirm that we are indeed based.
I feel like in this podcast we're just misinforming people about
No,
their like fucking
Your water is full of
biology or something.
dihydrogen monoxide. Be careful.
no. That's not the right word, Alan. We're not
Oh,
base. We're basic. Vanilla.
bro.
Anyways, coming back from what I said, so our classmates is well known that they're also loud, but they're rowdy loud, not like blueprints, judgy or criticizing loud,
Aggressive.
where like
Like
where our
blueprint
classmates
objective
feel
objection
like
loud.
God damn it. I used to
yeah,
play Ace Attorney back then.
like where like our classmates feel like blueprints antagonizing them because blueprint back then likes to whenever a person says something blueprint just feels like he has the
Debate,
obligation to always
debate them.
object them from whatever they say. Like it can get exhausting at times. Like you just want to say this, you just want to tell a story, but Blueprint's like, how do you know that actually happened? Can you prove
Do you
that
have an
actually happened?
evidence?
He was
Yeah,
like
do you have
really into
evidence?
like Ace Attorney back then. He
Yeah.
told me that.
To be fair, you can insult me. I mean, I was not insulting you. I'm just stating what happened in the past. But feel free to insult
Okay,
me.
you suck.
Uh,
Your mom fat.
insult better.
Mom has diabetes. How dare you?
Your mom has diabetic foot ulcer. How about that? Oh, how do you?
Do better.
Your mom can't do better considering how you were raised. Deb.
Just like yours.
Well, I didn't live
Well, well,
with my parents, so you can pull that, Deb.
But
I
they
thought you
still
said you didn't eat out your parents. And I said, what? Was that an insult?
so yeah, a certain someone made me remember. I'm just telling this for the third time now, but a certain someone made me remember 22 characters. It was fun, but I wish I didn't have to memorize a bajillion characters.
that's my
Why did you
problem.
make him remember like a bajillion characters?
The problem with my young self, I have a lot of characters because I think that's good. But like a lot
Yeah,
of them I barely have focus on, barely have
then you
good
have character
stories.
development. Like one trope, and that's it. There's like
Yeah,
21
that's the
characters, and then your top definitely not self-insert character.
most of my characters have like a part of my personality because I'm lame like that.
No, it's very obvious who's your self-insert, and you cannot hide that.
No, wait, please don't expose me like this.
Like I called you out once for that. Hey, isn't this character totally a self-insert? And then it's like, no, it's not a self-insert. It's totally a unique character, but when you look at it, it totally matches a profile of what Zoro wants to be in a fictional story.
It's it's a coping mechanism.
In grade 8, I have an arc with Emerson. He was like the underdog of our classroom. May have not seen it much at the time, but in hindsight, I really sympathize with him because back in grade 8, he's 18 years old, so he's the oldest, and he was pulled back twice when studying, and it's every time you I didn't spoke out much back then, but every time you see how everyone treats him, it's just upsetting to see. Even like the teachers are always bad mouthing him, and every student, at least my classmates, are always talking behind his back, and I was like, I didn't vibe with that. I was like really upset with it, so I decided back then that I wanna I wanna be friends with him, because it's just upsetting to see a man down bad, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
But
Yeah,
Emerson was like
you
really skilled in.
see,
It was like a really skilled technician, so I guess all the education paid off.
yeah, he's in college now, and I believe he has turned his life around. But
Why
everyone,
did
I really,
why did he got like held back?
because he did not give about his school back then. He always skips classes and stuff. It's not like he's not intelligent. It's just that he skips classes all the time.
I noticed this pattern amongst like usually intelligent students. They're likely to skip school and like find fucking some classes boring. And that's why they get held back because they don't really care about like school at all. They're like extremely intelligent. I think it's mostly because they're trying to find like a challenge or something.
Well, I think it's dependent from person to person, but from what I've gathered, well, I don't know if we should talk about his backstory. Can we get a confirmation on Zoro here?
no, we're gonna get chewed.
I mean, yeah, you really helped me get like a perspective on him. Cause like, if you didn't, I'd probably only remember him as that guy who punches the drywall.
Yeah,
Wait, he's the guy that punched the fucking drywall?
yeah, he's the
He's the guy with the anger
It's
issues?
yeah, it was him. And I'll just say this because Zoro doesn't want it mentioned. His backstory and his home life was really depressing.
Damn.
So yeah,
Yeah, his character arc is very good.
yeah, he gets a character development later in the story, which is really nice.
God, why do you guys keep talking about other people like they're fucking characters in a
And
fiction book or something?
You mean we
Is it-
are all characters?
Or in a simulation?
Like,
Man. Yes. And back then he was like working several jobs, just to because of his home life, and it was sad. And if you know his backstory and see how he was treated in school constantly, it's just upsetting to see. It's just upsetting to watch. I feel like he just needs someone there to be with him. You know. And I
This-
cannot and I will not tolerate people who shit on him. He's a homer.
APEC advocates for like anti-bullying and shit, but then you see these teachers bad mouthing a student who's just like really trying hard, and it's just like I don't know. I think it's all very hypocritical of them.
Yeah, I think that's just that goes for a lot of schools other than AP.
Exactly.
if they're gonna badmouth, at least like make it like not hearable to other students. Cause yeah, just keep it to themselves.
Like if you're gonna badmouth someone, at least make it like extremely. I don't know. At least make me laugh first before bad mouthing me. Like at least make that like insult extremely
SM,
hilarious.
MCH professionalism teachers. Ever heard of?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, but like, have you guys noticed that there's always like certain groups of students that go see up to the teachers, then the teachers feel like they're.
The horse.
Yeah, the teachers pet.
Yeah, well, that's what I like calling them. They're the popular kids, right?
Yeah, usually they're
Yeah,
the
teachers.
the most well known kids, the loud ones, the very loud ones that people like, and they like cozying up to the teachers, and then they act like very close, and the teachers even joke around with them.
Okay, objectively looking at it, I feel like I wouldn't, even though everyone that I have been classmates with definitely spoke trash behind my back, and I don't mind that personally. I feel like they're objectively just okay people, you know? They're just, the thing with them is that they're just following the bandwagon most of the time. That's just how high school is, and that's how
Yeah.
society is in a larger scale. Oh. But
Oh my gosh,
Society.
commentary on
Still in
society.
society.
but yeah, I feel like that's just how things are. There will always be certain groups in a there will always be the strongest group in a class. There's always gonna be the quote unquote outcasts, but that's a too strong of a term for calling those people.
I don't think we ever fit into like any descriptions. Sorrow and I never like became the outcast because we weren't like hated by. Were we hated by our classmates? Were we bad talked behind our backs? I remember being bad talked behind our back, but it's not something that you can actually like consider as bad talk because I was just acting like my usual self, batshit fucking crazy, and like so that was like, ito si Gwyneth, she's fucking batshit crazy, you know that. It's like, but like,
Yeah, we're just
but like it's just
it's just
something like
we just
I don't know. It's just
yeah,
something
we're
about my
just
personality. I think. I don't think you could
we're
consider
just
that
in
as
our
like bad
own niche
mouthing.
circles.
Yeah. I don't think we ever like fit into any like roles in high school and shit because we never really cared about that shit anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
yeah.
What role do you guys think we fit in if we do have one? Because
Not really the outcast because were we the outcasts?
You're like you're like the silent ones.
what defines an outcast?
I'm the one that would pull out a gun if this was America.
I am the one
Oh
with
my god.
guns.
Because it's obvious from what I said what Blueprint's role is. Okay. People really know you for
Mm,
being one of the smartest people there are. And
Yeah.
it's
You actually
shocking.
aced all.
man,
That's like that. Actually, you actually aced like every fucking subject that we had
Yeah,
like back in like eighth grade.
yeah. So for our classmates, it's shocking whenever you don't get something right because people believe that you'll want almost 100% get the right answer.
Alan's the golden.
man.
Alan has the
Oh,
golden
you
kid
wanna? Oh,
syndrome.
I just no. I have like this realization. You know, when we still played your story time thing. Uh, what's your name again?
Oh God,
Oh
that's
my
my
god.
mantra now.
You know, in like we were doing that whole thing with your 22 characters. You like
Yeah.
ask me, hey, what in the fantasy school thing? Hey, what do you want your grades to be? And you just said, just want it to be an average grade. I don't know. And then you still ask me, so what will it be? And you said like, I said like 92, and you said, oh, that's high. And then that's the time I had the realization that man, maybe I'm being too hard on myself, you know? Because like I have myself to high standards, and even if I don't put effort in it, I still get disappointed if I don't get that standard. So yeah,
Oh. It was
So
like the first time you ever opened up to us, Alan. I'm proud of you. This,
Dang.
this feels like a fucking group therapy now.
there's always this thing with smart people
yeah,
where yeah.
I'll just spew out my problems and stay quiet for the rest of the podcast now.
Oh no, don't do that.
But
I'm just kidding. I'm
Please.
just kidding.
but there's always this thing with smart people. Damn it, code name M because letter M.
Eminem. Let's go.
uh, okay, if you're listening to this, you consented. Okay.
You
I
holding him at gunpoint.
but M mentioned a similar problem with him. Usually, from what I noticed, smarter people usually have the standard. They're held to higher standards than the average person. which is once you're at the top, you're always expected to be at the top, which is not a easy thing to maintain, which just cycles into like a stressful attitude and a stressful mindset, which doesn't really go well for most young people, most kids and teenagers, as you would expect.
That's like because of expectations from yourself and other parties that you go hard on yourself.
It's most likely a bunch of factors, including those.
Yeah.
I was never treated as the smart kid because I basically just half-ass everything I do. And I get like really good grades from time to time, but I don't really hold myself at a particularly higher standard because I don't know. I just basically like settled with like being the average student, I guess.
Oh, I unlocked the core memory. Okay, I'm gonna spell out a new problem.
Oh my god.
So,
I always make you unlock a core memory, Alan. Jesus.
like in this, so like when I was grade one, I was like top two,
Mhm.
and then like when grade two rolled
The most
around,
I got was top
like
9. Then, yeah.
it was maybe it's because of the teacher. I really hated the teachers at grade two, or maybe it was just me slacking a bit. But I just fell off of the top rankings. I was like 20 or something, top 20. And then this guy from one of my friend, like back then, like asked, "Well, what happened to you?" And then yeah, I guess that's one of the things that like just made me get the higher expectations of myself.
But yeah,
You guys can
Kids are
open
cruel,
up in
man.
this
They say
podcast whenever you're
the
comfortable.
harshest. They say the harshest stuff, and they don't even mean it. Like man, he's like that innocent kid. I don't hold it against him.
but man, for the most of my life, I've always felt like I was the bastard child. Always felt like I was. I always felt like I was the antagonist on most people's stories, and it just sucks. For me, uh, for most of my elementary, and I was really desperate during high school. I always wanted to just try fitting in, and even now, it's it kind well it kind of it's working out with you guys, but for most of my life, for a lot of other people, I'm still having a hard time just interacting with them because back when I was a kid, I was usually secluded from other people, and I wasn't never let, I was never, I was barely let outside, and the only thing I've known to myself was gadgets and computers. That's that those are to me those are like my only friends back then. And even in high school, my closest friends are my online friends. So I'm just socializing is is still a really tough job for me because I don't as still as evident today, and I have a person that's a living example of that literally, that I'm not really the best type of person to socialize because in the back of my head, one way or the other, there's always gonna be that end point where I offend them, and it's always gonna be a bitter ending, and I always have that fear in the back of my head. And back in grade 8, when Alan got pissed on me, he like there was a point in time where he actually said, "Oh, we're not
Oh yeah, that.
yeah, we're not friends anymore."
Not,
That's when it stuck to my
I mean
mind.
that.
Like, holy shit, I'm not gonna have friends anymore, and I was like really upset, because that's when my fears
At
are
that moment, you became like you had like
better
a
one.
character development.
Uh, that's at that moment, it my fears were realized that damn, I could never manage to be friends with someone more than several months, or just more than yeah, we're only friends for months that time, and I was and that fear was like just kept going stronger, and then I was just very upset at myself. So that's why I always had this fear of not being able to reconcile with people and such as that. So yeah, there's that, I guess.
Damn.
Damn. That was really
Oh,
long. I
just like it then.
okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you have us now.
Yeah, I guess. And fucking getting cheesier, but I'm thankful for that, I suppose. Mm? Don't
All
wanna
right,
be.
Come
Team Shake, your
on.
turn to speak.
Arr!
It's your turn now.
I really like us guys being intimate to each other because I don't know. It's just something. I just noticed something that communication is something that we were like really find communication is something that we find really hard in our friend group. Like reconciling and such. Whenever there's like an adversity in our friend group, we just find it hard to like reconcile with each other because we don't know how to communicate very well with our emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
fuck around
our
and find
usual
out.
talks are just like memes, jokes to hide our feelings. Dang.
Yeah,
really edgy stuff.
really
Yeah,
edgy
we're
stuff.
experts.
We're having a sans moment.
Damn it. Fucking fan and sans. Fucking smile on the outside, depression on the inside. Jesus. But yeah, that's. What about you two? Don't you have anything to share? Oh no, I'm falling into an endless pit. Oh, okay.
I oh,
Don't ever ask us question. Don't ever ask that question us again.
Okay, that was punishment. I see.
Okay, Neth, why don't you go first?
All right. Well, I usually like forget everything. So where do I start? There's a lot of things in my head right now, but basically, this is the only time I've ever opened up to a person. The only person I've emotionally bonded with my whole life is my sister, and then she's like gone like forever, and I can't ever go back to that fucking moment again where I basically felt like really intimate to a person where like I emotionally connected with a person, and then yeah, all my life I felt like I'm like an outsider. I felt like an observer of my own life because like I felt really invisible. People don't really see me, and it's just I don't know, just something that I had a problem with like my whole life, even up to childhood.
hey, that's my cat.
Damn.
yeah, yeah, sure. Well, I
I'm
talk
watching
about my
you.
trauma.
I just punched
There's
Sorry,
it.
Alan's
sorry,
cat. There's Alan's cat.
sorry,
Feel really
sorry,
invisible.
sorry.
Oh,
Continue.
hey, my cat.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if what I'm like saying right now makes any sense, but I've always felt like I've been an observer in my own life. Like I really felt like I really felt like I'm an invisible force of like a nature instead of like I don't feel like a person. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like a person. And God, that sounds so fucking suspicious. Like I'm actually like doxing myself that I'm an entity of like a fucking cosmic entity or something. I'm not a cosmic entity, even though I wish I would. But like, yeah, all my life I feel like I've been like just dissociating.
Yeah.
So I've
I do
been
notice that like
dissociating.
in our okay, you continue first.
Yeah, no. What were you saying?
No, because I do notice that like whenever whenever when still like face to face, you remember that like
Yeah.
when
Yes,
we go
those
to like
times.
when we go to like mini stops, you're like the least outspoken of us, and it takes like Sophie to talking to you to get you to talk, and
Wait one. Okay, you go.
sometimes kind and yeah, I kind of wish I put more effort into interacting with you so that you could be part of the conversation more. So yeah,
You're just a something. I feel like that's like our connection, Alan. Like we're not really the outspoken ones in the group. And, like we're
yeah,
all
like
introverts in
when
this group, and I feel like Sophie and Jerome are like the most extroverted ones.
Yeah,
To be
like
I
in
don't
the
know.
fair, I am not
in
extroverted. I just feel
I-
like I have to
yeah,
also
yeah,
in
that's the
the
point. Like,
have
in
a
our
talk
other
yeah,
with you
group
guys.
chat, like in our other group chat, you don't really notice this because you don't busy a lot. But like with the others, like when Jerome's not there, even though there's like three of us, we're just silent because I don't
me,
know what to say to them.
me too.
Like the
Yeah.
like the life returns when comes back.
Yeah, I feel like my whole life I've been dissociating, you know. I like that I don't feel like a person. So like, whenever you guys notice that I'm like slowly being sucked out of my own body, just like round me up a little bit because my imagination's like going somewhere. And yeah, I really don't have a problem with like communication that much. I mean, I do have a problems with communication, but ever since I turned like 18, I feel like I could take on the world, you know. So yeah, even though that might not, even though that might just be like a phase when you're like going through adulthood.
You're
So
an
yeah,
adult.
I'm an adult though, kind of. I don't want to be considered as an adult yet because I'm not ready. Yeah, that's all I have to share for now. Sorrow.
Oh, wait, it's my turn.
Share us your
Yes, it's your
secrets.
turn.
Okay, so I won't be saying a whole.
Oh,
I'm
come
not going
on.
to say all of it.
Okay.
I'm not going to say all of it because I'm saving it. I don't feel like I have much of a personality. Okay. Do you guys agree?
You don't have a personality.
Is that why you try to overcompensate by trying to be quirky?
Yeah, I don't feel like I have a personality, or at least a personality that people will like. So I copy others' personality, either fictional or real life people, so people can talk to me more. Summary,
I
I'm
don't
fake.
really,
I'm sorry.
bro.
I'm black and I'm white. There's something that's not right. Sorry.
No,
My
it's
I use
enemies
a
are too
medicine.
small. I don't know how to fight.
I'm opening up
What can I feel?
and there.
I like that. Oh wait, I was thinking of another song, copycat from like Gumi. Gumi sang that song.
I have like a
Yep.
whole playlist just for Japanese songs. A lot of
Yeah, me too.
for some reason a lot of language I don't understand. Oh, that's a banger! Like holy shit.
Yeah, let's sorry what were you saying? God damn.
I'm opening up and you guys started
ah,
singing. Dang.
Oh,
Am I free from opening up?
Yeah, sure. Let's continue the podcast.
okay.
Wait, we're continuing the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh dang. I thought I was free. Okay. So I decided school. So when I was young, like elementary, I it's going to feel like I'm gonna brag. Might be because I think my behavior, being the quote unquote teacher's pet, where I'm the most behaved in a classroom, comes from having fear for social interaction, but most of all, having fear that somebody will hate me. If somebody hates me, I think it's all over for me. And I will explain later on why is that. So for most of my life, I try to be unproblematic, be nice, always helping others. I have this reputation where I think I have this reputation where I'm the most behaved. Picking teachers in elementary always say, gayahin nyo si ganon, tingnan mo si ganon, sobrang behave niya, gayahin nyo siya, blah, blah, blah. While I feel embarrassed that people's attention was on me, but I'm also happy that I am something good is connected to my name. So go to high school. I am still known. I still do nice things. I try to be nice. I try to be the behave one. And And I'd noticed that whether I want to, it's not that I don't want to be a bad person, but do I want to be the one who is only known for helping others? Oh, if you want something, go call me if you need something. But I feel like that's the only thing I'm known for. The person you always come to for help and nothing else. Not for talking, not to get to know. Just that person and nothing else. And I just consider my worth to be I need to be helpful. I need to be good at this. If not, people won't notice me. People won't come to me because everything else I am not good at. I am not good at talking. I am not good at socializing. I'm not good at connecting with others. I am only good at doing what others want me to do. If I am not good at anything, then I think I am worth nothing to people because I can't give anything to them.
Damn heavy stuff.
Be stuff.
Yeah. So,
It's like
yeah.
there's like a connection in our group, you know, like, in terms of like communication and like and bonding with people. We don't really know how to connect that well
We
with others.
socialize it.
Yeah, and there's something about Sophie's backstory that has a lot in common with like um has a lot in common with like myself and like Jerome's and then like Alan's about being seen as worth nothing to people and only being seen if you accomplish something. That's like uh just something that um people like us resonate with.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to
I guess
clarify.
that's how our friend group came to be.
Yeah. I just want
Yeah.
to clarify that I don't think it's anybody's fault that I'm feeling this way. I think it's my fault. Like they don't have to feel obligated to come talk to me. I think it's my problem that I don't talk well. That one of the reasons that they don't come to me because they feel like I'm hard to talk to. They feel like I am only there for work, and that's the problem. I can't be open with wanting people to talk to me because I'm not good at communication.
And you also said that you don't have you make up a personality so that people will like accept you more or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Oh.
before I am just quiet. I have no personality. I'm just the quiet one. I might as well be a statue.
And then
In
sketch
high
there.
school, I try to copy other people's personality. If you talk to Alan, I am seen as weird, outspoken because I'm copying others. And that made me think that's how I get others to like me, to talk to me. And I do it to you guys too, up until now.
I think over time you've managed to develop your own personality, you know?
Bleh. I don't feel that way.
Well, that in my opinion, at least. That's
There's just a lot of things that we don't know about each other.
yeah. This is like
You know?
this is like us getting informed about one another's struggles, I suppose.
It takes
Yeah.
a podcast to get us to know more about.
Yeah. I thought this was just gonna be like, oh, fun podcast. Let's make a podcast. And then in actuality, it's like, yeah, it's like, no, bitch, group therapy.
This is going to be a thing. We start off being, just talking about nonsense, and then suddenly it changes to something serious. Wow, that's us. That's our group in a nutshell.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
the hook
that's
of the podcast.
that's like that's basically how like my fucking brain is wired sometimes. Like when I try to have conversations with myself, like, it devolves into something like talking about my fucking traumatic childhood and shit.
Okay, before we end, I would just like to say thank you guys for sharing your stories together. To Alan, to Ray also, who is not here, but I'm also thankful that he's willing to share his story. It must have taken a lot to open with each other, and for this podcast that people might see, there's like a chance that people might see and get this popular, but there's a chance that yes, but thank you. It must have
And
take
not
some
always.
effort to talk about your personal feelings and open up.
Yeah.
And I would just like to say that we're here for each other.
Yep.
So
Can I
yeah.
kill me?
That's
Yep. So that's our podcast, guys. Thanks so much for listening.
Please end us.
Anyways,
Please,
we're gonna
see.
we're not gonna end ourselves yet.
I'm so
We're gonna
embarrassed.
end the podcast here since
I'm
we're
so
pretty
embarrassed.
much covered every
Please
stuff.
forgive us. Please.
We haven't like talked about like our conspiracy theories yet, but we're gonna talk about it next time, the next episode. Yeah. So
I'm
stay tuned.
bye.
Stay tuned.
I'm